Gaming, I'm Draxus, and welcome back to Call of Cthulhu. I've moved the camera at the request of one of my viewers because I was blocking information.
Who goes there? That nightmare again. I need a drink.
Fine. Do what you want.
You're awake, Mr. Pierce. How do you feel?
Did I sleep long?
The day is only starting. It's fine.
How's our fugitive? Dr. Fuller hasn't reported your disappearance to the force, but that'll come soon.
Bradley?
Who else would it be?
Mr. Pierce, are you all right? You look like you saw a ghost.
There are things I can't explain.
Tell us. What happened?
I saw people in hoods. They had stolen Mrs. Hawkins' paintings.
Who are you talking about? Why would they do such a thing?
I don't know, but they were a threat. They've taken over the caves under the mansion. They were performing some kind of ritual. One of the entryways was under Charles Hawkins' office.
We suspect Mr. Hawkins of being involved.
My patients believe the old islanders used to worship primitive sea gods. Could they be the focus of the cult?
Am I hearing this right?
So you think me gullible?
No, not at all.
What else did you uncover, Mr. Pierce?
That... I don't have good psychology.
What I'm sure of now is that the Hawkins case isn't just an accident.
And what brings you to that conclusion?
The fact that Charles Hawkins survived the fire.
I don't understand. Mr. Hawkins was buried.
That's what he would have you believe.
I have a hard time believing you.
You were there, Bradley. You even opened fire on him.
I'd remember that.
Why would he fake his own death? Do you think he covered up his wife's murder?
That's possible.
It seems hard to swallow. Don't you have anything more concrete, Pierce?
Bradley, what do you remember?
I don't understand your question.
The night we went into the Hawkins mansion. You don't seem to remember the tunnels and what occurred there.
No memory of going down any tunnel. No, we were in the manor, then,
Then what?
The rest is quite blurry. I don't recall how I came back home.
And then?
I went to visit you at the hospital, and called on Marie's help to get you released.
And you don't remember the events of the tunnel?
I don't. Let's talk about something else.
I heard you talking earlier.
I failed.
Why am I not surprised?
I get the impression you two don't get along.
Intrusive and not very clever. Anyway, let's get back to the business at hand.
Given the energy he pours into Riverside, I presume it was Fuller's creation.
His father's, to be correct. He was a surgeon on board the Scylla. He founded the hospital in 1904 with funds from the Hawkins family before he died and his son Thomas Fuller took over.
Two families inextricably linked.
Most island families are that way. Captain Fitzroy's father was also a seaman aboard the Scylla.
Powerful families dominating everything.
Yes, and as you could tell, Dr. Fuller is like some crazed emperor.
He wouldn't be happy if he knew we were snooping around.
I know the risks. I don't fear him. Do you wish to know anything else?
Dr. Fuller seems to be leaving a trail of corpses. Not to mention those strange machines, chains, and tools of all kind.
Yes. I've been telling you that Fuller uses his patients as guinea pigs.
What I saw was more akin to torture than medicine.
Do you even hear what you're saying? Dr. Fuller is highly respected.
It's the truth, Ethan. And I'll prove it to you. I'm listening, Mr. Pierce.
I met a Francis Sanders. Do you know him?
Of course, he's a patient. Or was. I haven't seen him since Dr. Fuller had him transferred to the basement.
He knew Sarah Hawkins, and that's what killed him.
What? How did he die?
I'm not sure I can explain it.
Tell me how Mr. Sanders died.
I didn't see what, but something was there, with us.
Of what do you speak?
Sanders said it was Sarah Hawkins' visitor. He spoke of it like a living being.
Sarah Hawkins? Have I missed something here? This makes no sense. I don't see how it can help crack the Hawkins case.
You really think she's involved? How could she have murdered Mr. Sanders?
Francis Sanders mentioned Mrs. Hawkins just before dying. It's no coincidence.
You know, Francis Sanders was a well-known art collector. I guess you can still pay a visit to his wife, Irene Sanders.
An art collector, you say? That's probably how they met.
If you plan on having dinner at the Sanders household, please spare the widow the tale of her late husband's suffering.
I don't agree. She deserves the truth.
But that truth may be biased. We don't know the bottom of it.
He's right. We can't ignore the truth.
But it could drive her mad.
Better madness than ignorance. Very well. I'll go to see Francis's widow. Perhaps I'll find a link between her husband's death and Sarah Hawkins.
Don't end up in the hospital this time.
I'll do my best.
You are correct, Ratha. Cthulhu Mythos, where art collectors are the deadliest sons of bitches on Earth. Yeah. Is there anything else?
The other night's events are still confused in my head.
Okay, that's all you got.
Let us go now and learn the truth about what's happening on this island.
Pierce, Colden, and Bradley decided to team up to solve the Sarah Hawkins case. They have a new trail to follow. Francis Sanders, an art collector and friend of the painter, who died right in front of Pierce. The detective goes to his house in order to speak to his widow about the shambler that the unfortunate man mentioned before he died.
What can I do for you, sir?
Mrs. Sanders? I'm a private detective. We must talk about your husband and his ties to Sarah Hawkins. Can I come in?
You may. However, before we go any further, please know that my husband died yesterday.
That is precisely what brings me here.
Well, well, look who's here. You know each other?
We met briefly. Time enough to iron out a few matters. The main thing is that we understood one another. The brave detective has a talent for sticking his nose into my business.
I bump into her every time I'm investigating someone's death.
It's a small island, Detective. My island. It's better that it's you bumping into me.
You're investigating Francis' death. Why? Who hired you?
I spoke to Francis before he died. His story suggests a link to a case I'm working on.
Well, since this business has got nothing to do with me, I'll be in your husband's office, Irene. We'll carry on later.
Very well, Miss Baker. This way, Mr. Pierce. And do make yourself comfortable. It would seem that you have much to tell me. May I inquire as to when you had the opportunity to talk to my husband?
Yesterday, I met him at the hospital. He spoke to me about Sarah Hawkins.
Oh, of course he spoke to you about her. That's all he talked about. Sarah Hawkins and her paintings. Please forgive my tone. The fact is that I have not been allowed to see him since he was interned. You, on the other hand, a perfect stranger, were able to see him and even talk with him the day he died. How was he? Were you present when he had this attack? What happened?
He started raving, screaming that a dimensional shambler had found him.
Oh, mercy, that story again. Why have him interned?
That was when he began to convulse and twist with pain. Or terror, it's hard to tell.
I beg your pardon?
I'm not really sure of what I saw, or what I didn't see. But it's best that you weren't there.
I should have been there. What you're telling me is outrageous. I need to understand. How could this happen? In a reputed institute? And right before your eyes? Did you not do anything to help him?
Not good with eloquence.
So ask Fuller, he's the eminent doctor. But I would caution you, you'll find his treatments more terrifying than the illnesses he sets out to cure.
That churl no longer takes the trouble to receive me. He sends his secretary to tell me that I cannot see Francis. Me. His own widow. He must think that I am a terrible wife for having abandoned him in such a way. But I only wanted what was best for him.
I'm not here to condemn you, Mrs. Sanders.
Oh, I'm tired, Mr. Pierce. I would be grateful if you could tell me what you expect of me, and then leave.
I deduce that your husband already mentioned this dimensional shambler.
Well, you can imagine that's all he talked about. It's exhibited at the center of the gallery. No better place for the painting that endowed him with the privilege of such a shameful and miserable end to his life.
Hold on. The shambler is a painting by Sarah Hawkins.
Who else to paint such horrors? Take a look for yourself, if you feel so inclined.
It is my only lead at this stage. I suppose I have nothing to lose.
Then you have paid no heed. For my part, I refuse to set foot in that gallery again. But if you're so eager to see it...
Thank you, Mrs. Sanders. I won't be long.
I bet we're going to have a puzzle with the
The day the shambler
Yeah.
came into the Sanders' lives.
Well, hopefully it can't... Ooh. Okay, hold on.
Did she really care for him after all?
Knowledge received with a letter in which you demand the body of your deceased husband. I am sorry to inform you that I cannot agree to return his body to you. At the moment of his interment, you signed a discharge, allowing me to dispose of his body as I see fit. Extend my deepest condolences to you. Okay.
A house of artists. Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins were close. Friends, even? Sanders' accession register. He wrote beside the Shambler, "Finally." What did Sarah Hawkins fear so much that she didn't want to sell the painting? He finally won. Was Sanders aware of his imminent doom? She first refused to sell the painting. How did that make her feel?
I feel like having a better grasp on psychology would result in a very different playthrough.
Was she jealous of Sarah Hawkins? The Shambler. I need to see it.
Just thinking about the Shambler apparently caused me to have something of a fit. That's what you get with too high occultism. I only saw the Shambler through that photo, and the image of it in my brain managed to hurt me.
Let's see what this cylinder has to say once it's inserted in a phonograph.
Oh. Yes, I gotta try all the doors. Oh. We should probably... You know what, let's up this to 100%. And yeah, I just found an audio log, and we'll up our strength. Oh. Validate. There's cat.
I could use one of those.
Sleeping pills.
A strange Amerindian pendant.
Yay, occultism!
An old diary.
This volume spends some time on Reverend Wickwood's community. His wife expresses her worries about the strange dreams that the Reverend's congregation are having since their arrival on the island. Some members of the community, her husband included, began to speak of their vision as a messenger sent by God. She's scared that they'll suffer the same fate as the lost tribe.
Strange.
Dear
For
Francis,
months, Sarah Hawkins refused to part with her painting, to finally give it away for nothing.
I'm glad I started up on my strength. Key to the Sanders Gallery. Read the book. Oh! Malleus Bestiarum. This is a kind of encyclopedia of monstrous and unknown creatures. I'm beginning to believe that they exist. Oh, my occultism is super high. Okay, let's check if we can't examine that more. Malleus Bestiarum. Inspect. I want to know if there's anything in there about Shamblers. Ooh. Dissertation on anatomical question. This is the work of a student in book form. Although the observations are relevant, they lack the expertise of an experienced physician. However, the questions asked allow us to imagine new ways of exploring human anatomy. Yeah, Go occultism. It didn't help me much in the beginning of the game, but now it started to come into...
That's twice you've stepped on my toes, Detective. Try not to make a habit of it.
I've got a lot of bad habits.
Some can be more fatal than others. What have you come looking for in this gallery?
No, I don't think there's been any of those branch shelter signs on display yet.
I'm not here to cause trouble, if that's what's worrying you.
Worry me? Don't overestimate yourself. If the last beating wasn't enough for you, I can always give it another go. But as long as you keep out of my way, you're free to carry on with your visit.
And you? What brings you to the Sanders home?
I'm here on business. Irene asked me to liquidate all these paintings. She doesn't intend to hang around here for long.
Fair.
Why you?
Believe it or not, there aren't many collectors on Darkwater. It needs someone with a network, and a means of transport to the mainland. A choice that comes down to Fitzroy and me. And I'm far more pleasant, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, but you're also a lot scarier. Can I ask you anything else?
Not now, sweetheart. I'd like to read this without some snoop looking over my shoulder.
Oh god, I'm gonna have to hide from shit again. What's this?
These artifacts date from pre-Columbian times.
Man, I bet if I smashed open these boxes, I would get to 100% occultism just so fast. Not creepy at all. Yeah, this is basically an arcane arsenal. It's
public entrance to the gallery.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure someone with enough occultism could grab any of these artifacts and just wreck a small town, large town.
Why was he so interested in old weapons?
To fight the Shambler? I'd say probably to fight the Shambler.
The man transformed an entire wing of his manor into an art gallery.
That's a cool looking angel. Well, I mean, it was a demon, but set up in the angel style. Well, that's another lantern type thing. Okay, I've been stalling long enough. Let's do it. Time to run and hide! Has no eyes.
What the hell was that?
Let's get to the weapons. Okay. We're fine. Okay, it is when I look at it.
Damn. Maybe I can use this dagger.
Stab the painting.
Damn it.
Over here. Okay. I don't hear it very close, so let's get out. Shit. Let's do this.
Damn it! I have to use a specific dagger.
Ah, shit. Okay. Okay, let's just skip this.
What the hell was that?
Okay, so I need a specific dagger.
Damn. Maybe I can use this dagger.
Okay, he's over there. That's fine. There's only so many daggers I can use.
Damn it! This dagger didn't work.
I wonder if I can just run basically everywhere. Okay, I think we're good. Tried that one. That one looks neat. Can I check out the painting some more? The painting tell me anything?
That thing came out of this painting. There has to be a link.
So he can see me too.
Destroy it.
No hiding there. Just got to break line of sight. What's this?
Is this dagger part of Sanders?
Okay.
Or was he seeking to acquire it?
So I need the two tendrils intertwined. Nope. No. Well, at least we know where. Okay, and now we do this.
What the hell was that?
Yep, at least I found the hint. I know what to use. Yep, more dead again. Nope, 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 nope. Sure it was that one? I think it might be this one. Oh, those aren't toothsome. Well, we'll try this one.
Damn. Maybe I can use this dagger.
Try it. No.
Damn it. This dagger didn't work.
Try this one. Nope. Okay, so I'm going to go up to that hint again, and I wonder if it changes every fucking time.
Is this dagger part of Sanders' collection, or was he seeking to acquire it?
Okay, that way.
Down. Maybe I can use this dagger.
No.
Damn it! This dagger didn't work.
Okay, I'm obviously missing a dagger. There it is!
This dagger looks different.
Oh, thank God. Get out of the way! Get out of the way! Stab it! Uh-oh. Do it!
What's the matter with you? You sure you won't be needing that hand? You're losing it, Detective. At this rate, you're right. The bottle will get you before I do.
You didn't see anything.
I saw you within an inch of putting a dagger through your forearm. Did I miss something more interesting?
Sanders was right. This painting is cursed.
What are you talking about?
I was attacked by a creature. I pushed it back, I think.
I think so too.
You knew. You knew about the beast.
What are you talking about? Think yourself lucky that I saved your hand, even if it was to save my goods.
You mean me?
Don't flatter yourself, sweetheart. I'm talking about the contents of this gallery. And by the way, where do you think you're going with that dagger?
It saved my life. It's an extraordinary dagger.
You should talk to Algernon Drake. He's an antique dealer here on Darkwater. He'll tell you all about it. From what I saw in the ledgers, it was him who sold it to Sanders.
It's not your style to give me free information like that.
Take it as payment for being my canary. A simple trade-off. Now go see your antique seller. I've still got things to settle with Irene.
Like how to deal with the cursed painting! Which he now knows for sure is cursed. Yay! Equipment upgrade! We got a weapon that can hurt dimensional shamblers. I just had, yeah. Bitten by a dimensional shambler, now you'll turn into a weird shambler on the night of a full art exhibit. I dig it. Isn't there always a full art exhibit, like, going on somewhere? Like, just saying. That's no good.
Where's the bookseller? Freud's The Interpretation of Dreams. It's the work that laid the foundations of psychoanalysis at the beginning of this century.
Nice. Oh. Yes. We are very
No
strong,
diary.
very investigative, and very occultic. The pastor declared himself to be the prophet. He renounced God and worshipped a strange pagan entity with a monstrous appearance. His wife tried to reason with her husband, but in vain. He was convinced that he must listen to this voice in his head because it holds the truth. Diary of a pastor's wife. Ooh. Handbook on Anatomy and Dissection. More medicine. Our medicine's never going to be very good.
The Book of Zion is the foundational work behind Helena Blavatsky's Theosophical movement. Its followers place truth on the same footing as a religion.
I can get behind that. Ooh. God, our occultism is getting super high. You know that means we're going to go insane at the end of this. Breviary of Medicine, even a few years back, it's possible for a single professor to know all the medical knowledge of his time. This book, which concludes the series, shows that this is now virtually impossible. About 10 renowned doctors took part in putting this together, this collection. And my medicine's down to 24%. It's up to that, but that's not very good. Darkwater history. In the 19th century, as the American women reached the peak, and the rest of the world was it asserts that sea monster ate all the disappeared whales. After an end ferocious combat, the survivors managed to drag the beast onto the whaling ship. They might not be wrong.
What happened here? Let's start over. Where did they break in from? Blood. Seemed like amateur work.
Looks like they turned down this way.
Someone tall left this footprint. A man, probably. No sign of struggle. If the burglar smashed this jar, it wasn't intentionally. Was he hurt then?
He may have been wounded.
What sort of thief leaves his tools at the crime scene? What killed all these animals? What happened that made the burglar flee before finishing his work?
An elder sign. Oh.
What the... Charles Hawkins? What sort of power did Sarah Hawkins' painting possess? Sarah Hawkins helped hide something in this safe. Drake put in a great deal of effort to hide whatever is in here. Everything is linked to the Sarah Hawkins case. Drake left instructions on how to find the combination of his safe.
I know that I'm in serious trouble. Last and only hope is that my body and bones are still in this plane of reality in order that they may be recovered and burned. Funeral urn must be given to my dear mother if she is still in this world. Following message is of capital importance. Whoever reads these lines and demonstrates acuity as sharp as mine can hope to gain access to my most precious possession. It lies within my safe, and the clues to combination are to be found in 3 cylinders, each hidden where life and study combine in the Greek world. Each cylinder is numbered, even if, as the celebrated author says, order is the pleasure of reason, but disorder is the delight of the imagination. Indeed, despite my preference for organized chaos, I must admit that reason usually prevails in the end. If by chance a person, or should I say genius, was to match my intellect and find the combination of the safe, I would ask that they deliver its contents into the safekeeping of my friend and colleague, Professor Armitage of Miskatonic University. The content of this safe is not only a vast digested knowledge, but also a weapon that is far too dangerous for it to fall into the wrong hands. I hope that you will be able to appreciate the danger that this represents, and that you will act accordingly. In any event, I will neither be there to guide you nor to suffer from your actions. Then Book of Anatomy and Dissection, Yay Medicine.
Is everyone on this island taking sleeping pills?
Apparently.
What link did he find between Charles Hawkins and an old amulet?
This key that bears the Elder sign, yes, is the only one able to protect your psyche. It is in the form of a cylindrical medallion hanging on the end of a heavy chain. Hundreds of years ago, the star and the branch whose purpose is to push back the forces of the Great Old Ones were engraved at its center. Everything points to it being Charles Hawkins that tore it from its last owner, an Egyptian antique dealer. In press cuttings that mention the misdemeanor, the date of the robbery coincides with the last of Hawkins' trips off to Cairo. Off to Cairo. It remains to be seen whether he knows of the true purpose of the artifact. Key of Ryla? It's the key of Ryla? He stole the key of Ryla. That's dumb. That is dumb. It's not opened. Okay. Where study and life meet in Greek. Cylinder is numbered even if has. Each hidden where life and study combined in the Greek world. Life and study.
Arkham editions. Never heard of him.
Key of Solomon.
How many volumes are there in this collection?
Massa di Requiem. No. Audience hints are welcome.
By Arkham editions. Arkham editions. Never heard of him.
Your hunch is 314? I'll do it. Nope, damn it. Nope, doesn't look like 314 worked. It is 314, right? Yeah. $314, yeah. So it probably has something to do with these.
How many volumes are there in this collection?
Arkham Anthology 3.
Another volume by Arkham editions. Arkham editions. Never heard of him. How many volumes are there in this collection?
Azathoth and Other Horrors. So, where life and study meet.
Things are not looking good.
Yeah, I know each book is numbered, but how do we figure out which one? Life and study. Clues, Dark Order, Occult.
Another volume by Arkham Editions. Arkham Editions. How many volumes are there in this collection?
Corpus Hermetium?
Another volume by Arkham Editions.
Okay.
Arkham Editions. How many volumes are there in this? Another volume by Arkham Editions.
I wonder if the crews are Greek, Life and Study, and... So there's only one book of Corpus Hermetium.
Arkham Editions. Never heard of him. How many volumes are there in this collection? Another volume by Arkham Editions. Arkham Editions. How many volumes are there in this collection? Another volume by Arkham Edition. Arkham Editions. Never heard of him.
It was written by Hermes. So I'm betting the first number is 2. I'm going to go set it to that. Three cylinders, each hidden where life and study combined in So I think it means life and study are... Could there be any numbering on this chalice? Like... I'm not sure if these gemstones mean anything. Three cylinders. Oh, hey, phonograph player. Can I play it? I want to play something on this phonograph player.
Things are not looking good.
Darkwater history. Cylinders.
Cylinders that Drake tried to hide. I should perhaps listen to them.
Okay.
And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it, I am willing to pay to know its secrets.
These red stones.
The chalice of knowledge.
Yep, so one... Okay, I'm going to start from this nozzle. I'm not counting that one. We're gonna... Okay, we're gonna go around this way. So... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red stones. There are 5 red stones. I'm gonna go enter that.
I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny.
Four. There are 4 white pieces on the board. Depending on if they count their queen, yeah. 3 or 4.
Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them.
Let's go check Azathoth and Other Horrors.
What did Drake say about this collection?
You were right, it was 3. Not counting the queen. Oh. Oh, fun! We get to trip more! We all float down here. Are we back in the Institute? In the nameless bookstore, Pierce traced the trail of an attempted burglary. He discovered that Charles Hawkins was behind the attempt. Pierce opened the bookseller. It was safe to find what the latter and Saren Hawkins had hidden there. But covered in human skin lied inside. It was irresistibly attracted to the detective. When he opened it, his mind was projected into another body. Oh! Yes, I do believe this is the Necronomicon. Written by the Mad Arab Al-Azif. So, we're probably going to call it here, and we'll continue on later. I hope you all enjoyed this. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you all later. Goodbye.